Hola, how this thing work? Um, I'm trying to see. All right, yeah. So I'm in my first stream yard, so I'm trying to see how it is. Um, I don't know. This looks weird. It looks so. Hold on. Let me log in, cause I want to make sure my audio is good, and I gotta see the comments. And I'm learning, y'all. I'm learning. Yeah, I'm learning some StreamYard. I wonder if it's supposed to look like this on my end. Because I just see like a little screen on my phone. It's not like. Let me see. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming to check the comments. And make sure my audio is good. Let me see. Oh, I can see comments here. Yeah, I picked the vertical. I picked the vertical. Hey, y'all. Is my audio good? Oh, I can see the comments on my phone. And I can post a comment here. Okay, so. Thank you. I'm on my browser, right? I didn't use the StreamYard app. So from my end, is it like a little black screen on your phone you're looking at? Or like the whole page? I don't know. I mean, it's not bad. It just looks different. It looks weird to me. All right, let me go to my live and see how it looks. It says I have four. Yeah, my whole page is not black. It's like, I'm gonna take a picture and show it to you later. It looks so weird. Let me take a picture of my other phone and show you what I'm looking at. All right. But anyway, this is good for now. I ain't gonna worry about it too much as long as y'all can hear me and things are working. I will learn as I go. But yeah, y'all. Hey everybody. 5 people watching. I know Golden VQ is here. We was talking about well, my whole thing is just basically about a co-parenting, being the village, having a village for your child. Hey, Rock, thank you. Thank you for coming. I know it's late. Yeah, I'm at work, so it's always very like for me. I'm always up at this time, but I got a lot of energy. Usually, I would use this time, take my little nap, and pick up my feet, but I'm not tired at all. So, um, yeah, co-parenting, and you could tell when a parent is like they're usually the problem one because they're the one who's not like trying to get a solution for the best interest of the child. They're either being avoidant, deflective, detached, dissociative, whatever. Okay, VQ. I'm surprised my audio been good all night too, because I've been using my earbuds. Because I hate I don't know. I'm just so used to having headphones in my ears. But yeah, so yeah, that's the weird part. And for people who's really watching, because I know not everybody is like. There's people that probably not cool with the castle, and they probably understand where we come from. But they just listen. They're in the bushes. They're being reserved. They're not coming out saying much, and I can respect that too. Um, but I just want people to see, like see and pay attention. Oh, a small static sound. StreamYard gave me a notification that it won't save to StreamYard. I had to do something with my account, but I ain't worried about it right now. No, I'm learning as I go. Learning as I go. Oh, shit, I don't even know what I pressed. What the fuck? I went to go post comment. Oh, this must be a StreamYard thing. But I didn't even get to type nothing. New to streaming, I'll looking to level up. Check out StreamYard. Anyway. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, Rock. Like, I don't care how you feel about me. I don't care how you feel about nobody personally. Just pay attention to what's going on. And listen. And, use some discernment because yeah, we all have emotions, and emotions are this. This is a very emotional situation, especially for the people who it directly impacts, right? But from people like us who are not directly impacted, there's still some emotion there, but we can't be emotional about it. So this is not about what nobody else say or how they feel. Because let's say, for instance, right, as much as I don't like the dude, and let's say if Alex did come out here lying, I wouldn't respect her lies, right? I wouldn't respect her lies just because she's lying. If she came out with a whole scenario about this and this and that, and it's not making sense and it don't add up, and I just know it's BS, I wouldn't respect that. If it gives my name, StreamYard doesn't have my name. I never put my name in anything. It looked like a referral link. I don't know how you delete it. You just click on the comment to delete it. Hold on. Oh, I see it. Yeah, but I didn't put my name on anything, so. Okay, so even when I click, alright, I know how to do it. Oh, the name of my account? Would that be the name on Google? The Google, the Google account is linked to? But anyway, yeah, I know you get it because you know me. I don't got my real name or nothing, so I ain't worried about it. But anyway, yeah. So even if it wasn't, sorry, somebody must be ringing the bell, but it's getting answered if you hear that beeping noise. Um, yeah. So if let's just say I did get in touch with Alex, and she just telling me a story that wasn't. No, it was kind of. Oh, I deleted it. It didn't delete. But yeah, so with Alex, if she would have came, like I said, when I reached out to her, it wasn't about no money, no nothing. I just really I forgot what I asked her about it. I didn't want to probe because I didn't, like I said, I didn't know how to approach it because I don't know what I'm really walking into, right? But I just wanted to know, basically, like, is she, is she aware that her child is, moving around the way she is? And, like I said, she just wanted to talk. She told us she's been listening. She's been seeing some things, and she's tired of lies. She's tired of being quiet because the wife who could have stopped this from its inception, she didn't. She wants to sweep shit under the rug, and that pick me behavior, which I don't respect and I don't understand. But Alex just wanted to tell her story. It was no talk about no money. It wasn't even no. It was no talk about even like looking for dirt on him. It just okay. Since we got in touch with you, we want to know your side, like because he says you want nothing to do with her, and she says I want to know where my child at. So what you gotta say? And she just spilled it. So if she was alive, I won't be advocating for her at the end of the day because just because and that's what people understand. Just because I don't like somebody don't mean I have to lie on them and look up son and make up son. That don't make sense to me. Like because a lie will always is always most likely going to backfire on you. I don't know. I'm just not a liar, so I don't understand the concept of lying. Right? Only time I got to lie is to protect myself from police or whatever, shit like that. But for people, the regular people, I don't have to lie. I feel like when you have to lie, you're a coward. That's always been my belief. A liar is a coward. A liar is a coward. Just like, for instance, when I used to be in trouble with the law when I was younger, and they used to, put your right hand and all. I said you, and I used, that's something crazy what time we court, and they was just all looking at me. Because if I raise my right hand to God and I'm lying, who are you to condemn me for lying just because I raised my right hand? Like, I don't know what God you serve, and I don't know who told you because I raised my right hand to God that's like God really punishing me if I lie and raise my right hand. And they was just looking at me, and they make you swear in the Bible, and I'm just like, and if I lie, and I asked them like, if I lie, I swear in the Bible, what does that mean? Because you're a man, right? That's just you're mad at me lying. You can't speak for God. That's just my perspective of things. So anyway, people want to call people liars, and people want to say, "Oh, just they do this and they." I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that dumb shit. Nobody talking, none of it, because it's stupid. The only person I'm paying attention to is the bum. Is the bum, and like what's been already said, he's really throwing himself into more. He's only damaging himself because he don't know how to stop. And that's how it is when a person who's been getting away with what they've been doing for so long, they so comfortable and keep going because they never had to face consequences for the things they done because they met the right people who to play with before. But now when you meet people who are not we not scared of you, you can't shut me up, you don't intimidate me, you can't outsmart me. I know the truth about a lot of things. You can't what can you do to me? You can't do a damn thing to me. You could take me to court, you could do all that. I give her my information, you could do all that. But at the end of the day, you mad at me because of where I stand about it. But the whole point is the child involved and worrying about what's best for that child. It's not about what's the best for that child. So you could argue with 1,000 adults on the internet about their opinion about who said what, who said who. But the fact of the matter is, this little girl is in her father's care. And we all see what type of dude he is, whether you like him or not. You know he's not stable. You know there's some issues with his parenting. And there's a mother who spoke out and telling you her story. And she wants access to her child. She wants to get to know her child. It's been over a decade. So that's the point. Like that's just it. I don't care about how you feel about what was said last year, 2 months ago. That's the point right now. Yeah, and he's speaking for her, right? He came on here and said, "Oh, because she would run away and she don't want nothing to do with her." And this, we don't know that. That's you speaking for her. And if that's the case, right? You could easily you could deal with family court has mediators. DCF and them has mediators where they could talk to the child themselves and come to that resolution where this child feels this way, this child feels that way. So even if she does say, "Oh, I don't know her," she's kind of withdrawn. It's because she hasn't known this. She has had no access, no nothing to this lady for the past 10 years. She doesn't know. She's 12. She doesn't know. She's going to be confused. She's going to be unsure. She's going to be uncertain. And that's where mediation comes in. You try to come to a common ground to help resolve that, to help fix that confusion, that scare, that, you know, fear of the unknown. This is about a child and her mother. Like, are people dumb? Because even people in the system, people who are in the system temporarily, they still have a transition plan to go back home. They still have a transition plan to go back home to their parents. And so why is he so against that? Why is he so against not golden? You put a question mark, but I don't see the question. So that's what I just people just for it to make sense. Like forget all the drama online with who don't like who. Like why is he so resistant to this and this and that? Because if she's so called a drug addict or alcoholic, you don't think that could easily be proven by if you deal with the courts and DCF? You don't, that would come out in the report. They could do their own investigation. They're the professionals, right? And then when that comes out, if that comes out to be true, you'll get it in the report in black and white. And that would be your proof that you was telling your truth. But coming online, I was lagging. But coming online and just, talking that dumb shit I, y'all, I be trying not to be mean, but a lot of these people are really delayed, like intellectually and emotionally. They're not they're missing. They're very behind, and that's why I don't frustrate myself with the stupidity because I know what it is. But to acknowledge to really focus what's going on is it don't make no sense. There's no resistance if you care about your child. Point blank. Period. If you care about your child and you came out with this story that she left me with her and she disappeared, and you come on here asking people for help, you came on here saying your child need a mother. You've been dating women on here. You want them to be involved with your child because you want your child to have that mother figure, but the real mother is out here. The real mother is out here, and she wants to be that mother figure. But now you all of a sudden you're resistant to it. Everybody's this and everybody's that. And like we said in the council earlier, he was just whoa, he was expressing all his love he got for her and that about the little girl's mother, all his love he had for her, all the respect he had for her. But now she came into her story and spoke for herself. Now she's everything else opposite of that, right? So that's all I want. I just want people to pay attention. Pay attention to the behaviors and the words and the patterns. Um, and a lot of you women, I just want to know, would you deal with a dude like that? Would you deal with a dude like him the way he displays himself online? I just want to know, would you entertain a dude like that on any level, even if it's not intimate? Would you befriend him and care about him as a friend or anything? Because he showed you who he is with the people that did have a relationship and did have some care for him. And look what he comes online doing. He comes online trying to tell people that their family this and what's going on in their households and what's going on in their families and this is why it's coming back all around because he was wrong on what he did. And all this is a result of his doing. I want y'all to know that. I want y'all to know this is all a result of his doings. Because if he would have left people alone, people would have left him alone. He kept going, he kept going. So, like in any aspect of life, somebody keep bothering you, you're gonna find out ways to know to go. You're gonna get your armor. You're gonna get your defense up. And so he wanted to tell people family business and make up lies on people's families and do this. Yeah, so people want to go dig up yours too and find out the truth, right? Because you were so quick to come out here and speak on people's households, speak people's family, and you have a bad habit of doing that. Because now you're doing that with Alex. Now you're talking about her dad and these allegations all of a sudden that you came up with that she had against her dad that just passed away. You a dirty, dirty scum of the earth nigga for real. Like he don't have no respect for nobody. And then what that I ain't even gonna lie. The craziest lie he said when I heard it today was his daughter got supervision. I mean, she said something about her vision, like she got superpower vision. It's like we ain't see that little girl with glasses on her face. He said she don't need to wear no glasses or nothing. So much she got some surgery since she was a baby. He done got her the surgery. Nigga, she had glasses on when you went to go view that damn house. And we already know that you was mad that her glasses got left when y'all got kicked out, evicted out the hotel. Her glasses were left behind. Like, dude, what are you talking about? I don't know. It's just these the weirdest niggas I ever like met in my life in this sector. Like, these are the weirdest group of people I ever met. Like, I didn't know. Like, you wouldn't know. You probably hear these type of people that exist in, but you would think they would be like tucked in a corner somewhere in the shell, and or in a cave or a little hole, right? But they're really amongst us in our social circles, and that's one reason I say I hate the internet because you know how in school and like in real life you have your s- social like people in society itself. We are like classified in groups, and you're gonna align with who you align with. In school, you're gonna be in classes with people who are on the same level as you academically and everything. Or you're gonna be with people you can relate to and y'all can keep up with. But these people on here, oh my God! I know some people have bad stories of their life, and The weird part is, like, I didn't have a perfect life. I have some things I went through in my child that I didn't like, but was it something that was going to mold me? Like, as an adult, I know I didn't like that. That's it. It didn't affect me to where it's like, oh, that happened to me as a child, and I'm going to do that to other people. No, I know I don't want to be that person, right? I would never want to cause that. I don't want those traits or that behavior to put on to the next person. Like, even something as little as affection, right? I grew up in a normal, typical West Indian household. And our elders didn't show much affection. My father was more affection than my mom at the end of the day. And I was glued to my dad. Like, I don't think I understand. I've been glued to my dad since I was born. My father never put me down as a baby. To the point when I was a 6 month old infant, I had chicken pox. My dad didn't put me down. He caught chicken pox just because I had chicken pox. I went to work with my dad. Like, it was no it was nowhere my dad could go without me, for like, go somewhere for long without me. And he didn't leave me behind. If he knew, like, if my big sister wasn't gonna be home, my dad, all right, give me my daughter. You understand? So my dad was I wasn't missing the affection, but I just knew that at times you get older, it's like, all right, you're my other parent. But that's just how my mother is, and she's probably that reason. She's that way for her own reason. So I grew up not to take it offensive. I grew up to know that that's just my mom. She showed it's not that she didn't love me. She just had a different love language, and it wasn't affection. And I don't mind that because I wasn't craving it anyway. I wasn't like I was lacking, and I'm like, oh, ma, I want this, and you're not giving it to me. It was just something I knew that I was like, okay, well, my mom is not that type of mom, so it is what it is. Like, but I knew when I had a child, and it's funny because I knew from when I was pregnant, and I told myself when I found out my due date, yeah, people don't believe in astrology. I do. I believe a lot of aspects of it, and I know my child was going to be a cancer. I said, oh Lord, I dealt with enough cancers in my family to know how they are. I said, oh boy, I'm gonna have an emotional child. I'm gonna have a very clingy child, and not clingy, emotional child, and she's gonna be very, like, sort of fragile. And I'm rough, and I'm not soft. I'm not soft, but I'm not hard. I'm just straightforward. And sure enough, when my baby was born, she needed hugs every day. She needed I love yous every day, and I gave that to her. I knew that's what she wanted. I knew that's what she needed. I gave it to her, and I was never like that. I don't like all that. I barely even like kissing. Like, it took me a long time as an adult to be in a relationship with a man and just have no problem. Like, I'm talking about like wet kissing because I could do the little peck on the cheek or tap this, but I'm talking about like while making love kissing. I ain't want to do all that. Like, nigga, I don't need you to kiss me all the time. Like, but I've learned that some men need that. You learn to adapt. So my point is, when you get older, some things you were neglected of and void of that you probably need to learn how to embrace with other people in relationships. You just do it. That's it. You just do it. And when my daughter started being around my mom, like when I would go to work more, or like be away for a while, I told my mom, I tried to tell my mom too, like, my daughter need her hugs multiple times a day, and I love you. So if she comes to you and stand in front of your face like she wants something, she wants a hug and she wants a I love you. Now, did I expect my mother to do it? No, but I told her that because I wanted her to try. I wanted her to try at least with my daughter, and so my daughter did come to me eventually and tell me like, oh, but Nana don't. She don't hug me. She don't do this and she. And I said, well, you know what? I spoke to her. All you gotta do is tell her. Maybe she don't catch on to the hints. I try to tell her, but just tell her what you want. Just tell her, Nana, can I get a hug? And that's when it started working. My mother understood it when she said it verbally. But I already knew these clues about my own child, what she wanted, without her saying it. You understand? So those are things that you pay attention to people. So like when he say, "Oh, people grew up in this and grew up that," like nobody's competing with y'all with childhoods. Nobody's competing with y'all about upbringing. Because at the end of the day, none of that matter. When you become an adult, because I went through things as a child that wasn't a reflection of my parents. It was my own doing. I was bad as hell. And the only reason I got off for so long because I was so good academically. So nobody couldn't believe that outside of school I was a menace. I was a menace. And that was it. That's what saved me for so long because like, nah, you keep getting in trouble. Nah, this keep happening. Nah, what are you doing? What's really going on? So my mother didn't teach me those things. When I was selling drugs, my parents wasn't drug dealers. They didn't know nothing about cooking up or my father was a mechanic, but when we used to have master keys growing up to steal cars, my daddy ain't never told me I don't steal no car. And the old heads used to have master keys. I knew where to go get a master keys, and we used to steal cars and joyride them at night or whatever, and then or take them to a chop shop and get paid for it. Right? So it's some that goes back to the nature versus nurture question. People always come out. It's always a blend of nature and nurture. So at the end of the day, we all are capable of being the best versions of ourselves. Just because um, we weren't given that as children in a way, there was something. When you become an adult, you know how to be responsible for yourself. You know how to be responsible for what you do to other people. You know how to be responsible for your role within any relationship, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a job environment, anything. That's your duty as an adult to know what you're supposed to do. So this don't go back to nobody's childhood who hate who or who went through what. Just common sense. We all old enough to be parents and grandparents, and we all old enough to understand that when something that is not right. And there's no way you could justify what's right. I don't care how you feel about no children holder, no sector, no nothing. You know something is off just by what that man has expressed and showed on his own behalf. And that's just it. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. Like I mean, I'm not patient when it comes to breaking down things for people to understand. So I be trying though. That's another. I be trying because I'm easily frustrated. When I feel like we all grown adults, you also have a basic concept of comprehension that should be met no matter what level. If you advance or you're a little delayed, we all at a basic level. We're not in a setting where it takes too much intelligence to understand what's going on. No, we're not. I don't know, y'all. And then, I don't even want to call out people's names, but there's certain people that they run their channels and they give their little content about people, right? And they would say, "Oh, I'm gonna prove this person a lie." But what they deliberately do is they will bring up a point and twist it, and then when they twist the point, they act like they could refute it as a lie with truth. But you twisted the point already, so you're lying because the point you're trying to refute is a lie anyway. It's a lie you made up because that's not what happened. Let's say, for example, um, oh Emily had a red dress on, and she's everybody know that she stole the red dress from wherever, right? She stole a red dress from her friend house. Now you come on here and say, "Oh, Emily ain't lying about the red dress. Um, her friend is lying about the red dress because Emily had on a blue dress. So we all know that Emily ain't still the red dress because Emily had on a blue dress." Like they'll twist little stuff like that because you could easily twist that around because just because we saw Emily in a blue dress doesn't mean Emily didn't steal a red dress, you dummy. So that's what I mean by twisting the point. Like you just make it to anything to deflect from the truth of the matter to try to address a lie when you twisted up the truth in the first place, right? I hope that made sense because it's more. I could break that down more, but that was the basis of it. Like you could say anything. That's not that deflects away from the truth of the matter, and then refute that because you know that's already that wasn't the point, and you twisted the point. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, because that's basically like, for instance, all right, let me see one lie. What was said? Child, they just be lying. Um, what was it? Oh man, there's so much. I will have to go back and listen, but I'm trying to think of one that even Brown Eyes said, because he does that a lot. He lies a lot. Brown Eyes another one. That's why I said at first originally I don't know if he used to do it for content to put on the show. But I mean, even the thing with Golden, he specifically came out here and said she posted something from 2005, but it said 2025 on it, and then you tell her to post these. I mean, she posts this proof of this, but you deflect it with post your real estate because celebrities post their real estate. Like, and my thing is too with his arguments, it's so dumb because I don't know if he has the mind of a child too in a way. Because his thing is, oh, I showed this, and people show this, and people prove that, but he don't show nothing. He don't show nothing. All he do is talk about people he know. That's all. That's all his foundation is. I know these people, and I know these celebrities, and it's like, okay, so what? And to be honest, I don't care about celebrities. But at the end of the day, those names he posted, I don't know who they are, so I don't really care to look them up. Because if I gotta look them up, that means I don't know who they are, and I don't care, right? If you gotta look them up, and I heard him say something about Google. He said, "Oh, if you Google me, I'm on it. You Google Golden. First of all, you have a YouTube channel. Yes, if you go, that's the name of your YouTube channel. Yes, you have active content. That's how the algorithm works. That don't mean hers can't come up if you Google it either. So I understand that argument. I don't know, y'all. It's just so dumb. I can't believe this is like a sector full of, we not even adolescents. We older adults, and the mindset is just so dumb. And I already be worried about this generation of youth because they're already behind. They don't think at a level that they should be that we did, and our generation ain't going back. And it's proven all across the board that they're not meeting it academically, socially, and I think social media really messed up the world. I really do. I really think it sets human to devolve in a way because instead of it becoming a tool that's resourceful, it's become a dependency, and people are dependent on it. Like for example, right, growing up, I used to remember everybody's phone number, address, everything. I'm good with numbers, and even to the point like when people dial a phone, if I could hear you dial the phone, the keypad, right, I know what numbers you dialing without looking at it. Like if you dial like 718-5987, when you press those buttons and I hear the tone, I know the phone number you press just by hearing the tones. And I used to memorize everything. Everybody used to call me 411, right? And my friends used to tease me, calls me 411 because I knew everybody's phone number. I only had to hear it one time. I knew an address. I knew how to get everywhere in the city. In New York City, all five boroughs, even up to Yonkers, Mount Vernon. I knew everywhere as a child. But nowadays, people don't remember our phone numbers, right? And we're not using our brains. I mean, we us included, because we're in a generation of social media, but we're not using our brains as much. So you're gonna start seeing younger people have, um, like people gonna start getting onset of dementia at younger ages because you're not using our brain, our memory, our critical thinking, deductive reasoning, all those types of thinking process is being is not being exercised because everybody got a phone and just looking up anything so easily and conveniently. So and I'm not one of them people that I ever thought I was gonna grow up and shame the younger generation because of this and this and that. Because I always believe, you see this generation is differences in generation, but at least we were meeting our milestones generally as a group of people through each generation. We had different trends, different fads of each generation that maybe the older generation didn't like. But social media has changed the world. It has changed the world, and that's why I'm a person. I don't use no AI nothing. I don't use those. I don't use Siri on my phone. I don't want to talk to no machine. That's even if I call a company and you gotta talk to automated. Not me. I don't. I need to talk to a human. I automatically press zero or ask for a representative. And it's so hard because even if you have a company where you don't have a live representative automatically, and you gotta talk to all these automated messages and put in your information so somebody could call you back. I get so frustrated with that. Yeah, they it's lacking logic because people are not using their brains. Like it is sad because even I was on my daughter about that. I was on my daughter about reading things through, figuring it out yourself, like, come to your own answers. So even if you look up the answer, I still need you to explain to me why that answer is that answer. Because yeah, we're not doing that. We're not doing shortcuts. Because how are you retaining any information to know anything? You're just memorizing. Some people are good at memorizing and they think that's intelligence. That's not intelligence. That's just a skill. You're good at memorizing. But when it comes to figuring out things, that's where the intelligence lies. The intelligence lies in the actual breaking down of critical thinking, analyzation, all that. So I do really feel bad that the earth is like, because all right, even with me, right, how I grew up in New York City, right, but I go to the Caribbean often, and you could say in a sense like certain countries in the Caribbean, let's say like Suriname, right. My family in Suriname, they're just now being like introduced to this industrial technology world because they lived in a bush for the long, right? So they still build their houses. They didn't have much technology. Their technology was still manual. Like they built everything that they needed. They cooked, they hunted, everything. They didn't go to supermarkets. They didn't have markets. They made their own clothes. They built their own boats to travel. If they had to travel to another part of the country, they built their own vehicles, whatever, right? I realized I knew that I knew it was the difference between those type of people and what we call first world people in first world countries. They might not have been to the school systems we've been to, but they do show and possess more intelligence overall. Because it's a difference between having intelligence and having education too. Because trust me, I've been in once I went to college, I realized I feel like college in a way was a scam, and I guess it all depends on what program you in. Because I took a few classes. I took a few classes with some people I didn't know how they made it out of high school, and I'm like, how the fuck am I in this class with these people? And these people, what the hell? Mind you, I finished high school when I was 15. I finished high school at 15 years old, and I didn't even go to college until I was 18. So I still had a 3 year period because I was locked up, right? And they since I wasn't in adult prison yet, they didn't offer the college courses in the facilities I was in because we was still there trying to get their GED and high school diploma. And I got paroled before I transitioned into adult corrections. So when I came home, yeah, I went to college. That's one of the first things I did is look for a college to go to when I came home. And yeah, and I'm in class with these people, and I realized like, yeah, degrees don't really mean nothing in a lot of places because I I be concerned. Like I was in classes with these people and they got degrees. And if I met that person in the working world, I would be concerned. Like I don't want that person to handle my case or be my provider or anything like that. Because I knew how they was in school, and it's crazy because we all get the same degree, right? Whether you got an A or a C, as long as you didn't fail, you still got the same degree. But yeah, the and paying attention to in my time when we had elders that were illiterate. There's a lot of elders I had to learn as I got older that they spoke well. They didn't use words wrong either. They talked very good. But when you put a piece of paper in front of them to read something, that's the only way I knew that they were illiterate. And I knew illiteracy wasn't technically equal with being stupid or dunce. So I know a lot of people who are illiterate that cannot read, which that's basically what it means, a person who basically can't read and write, but they understood very well. They they just didn't know how to read and write. So that's why I think that's the only reason because sometimes when I get annoyed with this sector and the stupidity, there's also a side of me that I study human behavior and I like studying human mindsets, and it's just like everything is a case study to me. A lot of these people behaviors and what they say and do, I just like to analyze, and when I come up with theories and stuff, and then I just watch them keep going. Sometimes they'll prove my theory right. Sometimes they throw me a little off, and I just need to keep figuring it out. And that's just how I look at things. So I don't know. I just feel so bad that all these adults in the sector, and then we got the generation of social media right behind us. What is this world coming to? And I used to be so much on my daughter, old school with my daughter, that her school used to always invite me to come do workshops and come talk. Because I let my daughter learn the school way, because I realized the school was coming up with all these new ways to do math and all these new ways to learn vocabulary words. I'm like, I ain't knocking it because I don't. I don't really know if it's a good approach, but I know it's a good approach for my daughter, and I know it works for me because I understand everybody retains information and differently, and so my daughter's style eventually it was similar to my learning style, so it worked for us. It worked for us to break down, for me to break down things and teach her how I was taught. Because my mother also taught me too alternatives. Because sometimes I would be at school, and although I was always in smart classes, I was always in honor roll everything, but I did have problems with not the subject. It was the way the teacher taught it. That was always my problem. I used to complain like, "Oh, she's not explaining it to me. She's not doing it. She's not bringing down to my understanding." And my mom taught me that. That's when my mom came in. So I did the same thing for my daughter. Because as parents too, you can't rely on schools to be your child's primary source of education. You gotta be interactive in it. You gotta be engaged and interactive with their schooling too. And that's why I don't like those parents who always place the blame on the schools this, the schools that. Well, have you sat in these classes and try to teach more than 20 students in a class at one time something? All these kids got different learning styles. You got a curriculum you gotta follow. You gotta do all the shit, and it's all politics. At the end of the day, a lot of the education is revolved around politics too, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's why you're supposed to be engaged with your child's education. Good night, Rack. Yeah, you're supposed to, as a parent, it's your responsibility to know too where they stand in their level of education, how they're retaining it, what their difficulties are, what their challenges are. It's just your child, your responsibility, no matter what it is. Your child, your responsibility. And what they learn is on you. What influences them on you. And that's why I also don't like, right, when people used to say, oh, hip hop is destroying this, and hip hop is violent, and hip hop is this, and it's destroying communities and families, and don't let children. Listen, I grew up on dancehall too, and I be telling people, do you know dancehall was violent too? And then dancehall is violent, but that don't mean just because it was violent, we want to be violent off of music. Because we grew up at a time where we knew it was entertainment. We didn't take it for real. Just like you got movies. Movies been around for the longest. And I'm sure that just because you saw a movie, you didn't envision that as your life. So when people want to blame outside sources for being their kids' influence, it's you to teach your kid on what they should be influenced by and what they shouldn't be influenced by. And the consequences of being easily influenced by the wrong things and the wrong people. Because I was like 8. My daughter was like 8 years old. And I remember having to talk with her about boys and girls. Not trusting people, like when she started going to her friends' houses and stuff, like after school. I'm just like, you know what? I'm teaching her about boys. Don't let no boys touch you. Don't let no boys peer pressure you. Do nothing you don't do. And at the same, on the same level, you don't trust boys. You don't trust girls either. Because there's girls who are loyal to a boy for whatever heinous reasons they got under their sleeves or ulterior motives. Girls are just as wicked, and you just gotta pay attention what type of people you befriend and what they expose you to, and what they want you to engage with. So yeah, don't be the influence. You be the influencer. Because I was my own influencer. Anyway, it's after 3. I just want y'all to pay attention to what's going on. No matter how you feel about nobody in this sector, um, just pay attention and just sit back. You ain't gotta worry about who's saying what or who's just watch how people react, especially the people in because this like I said in my other life, this is not even about the relationship he had with the wife and the niece. At yes, that's part of it, but the point is right now there's a little girl who's been estranged from her mother over a decade, and her mother wants a relationship with her. So why is that a problem? That's what I want y'all to pay attention. Why is that a problem to make that happen with two grown adults who say they love their child? These two grown adults haven't had no contact in over 10 years. So what can absolutely be the problem with trying to come to some mediation and some plan to come together for their child who's 12 at a very delicate age where it's important to have her village, her parents, to know who she come from on both sides. Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna end this. I really have much to say tonight. Really, that was just my thoughts on that matter. For people to pay attention, because this is not content. There's nothing to laugh at. This is not even about him per se. It's not about nobody's feelings, right? As in the sector, this is about this man came out here, say he's a single dad, and the mother wanted nothing to do with them. Now the mother pops up and says she wants something to do with them, but he's so resistant to that. He's so against that. And why? Why is that? You didn't even speak to her. You didn't even reach out to her. Yeah, her mother's right there. And her sisters. Because he's lying when he tells her that she's not around the other daughters. Even, and it's so crazy because I know he saw her Facebook. If you go on her Facebook, you can see she was at her daughter's graduation. And that, and and I ain't gonna tell that part, but yeah. So, no, she's not out there on her own. Like he wants people to think that her family just basically like threw her away and ostracized her for telling her story. No, because he been online telling y'all she can't talk to nobody. She's homeless. She got kicked out. You can't get in touch with her no more. Meanwhile, nothing changed. Nothing changed. She's still been in contact with the same people, and she's still right under the same roof she was in. And when you speak, even matter of fact, if y'all heard Ken live, she was in a house with other children. So you can't say like she's a threat to people's children or something. She lives in a house with other children. Yeah, yeah. She she's at that age. Yes, and he knows that. That's why he was online. And you looking for everybody else to be a woman and be a mother figure to your child, which is weird. Which is weird. But yeah, it's weird because that's just a weird thing to say and want. like for example, right? When I date now, right? That's one reason too. We agreed that my daughter staying with her dad was the best choice because, for one, her village is there, which is my parents, him, and his parents, and that's all she know, right? That's for one. Two, I'm in a relationship with a whole nother man. Um, I don't need to be living with another man, and I just never been the type. I didn't expose my daughter to no man I dated after I broke up with the man who helped me raise her, because he's been there with me since she was just born. It was a weird situation where he knew me before I got pregnant. We never hooked up, but yeah, we got right back in touch. He heard I just had a baby, so we were cool. And I know this man though. I knew him for years. His family know my family. He went to school with my older cousins. Like I know this man, and he worked with children. He worked in the school. His grandmother worked in the same school. She's some head of something where you know that's who he always worked with his grandmother in the schools with the kids after school summer camps. And he's a single father. He was a single father of two kids, and I don't know if you'll call them Irish twins. No, they're not Irish twins because he got they're about two different women, but they only 1 week apart. And what's funny about that, right? Because Alex kind of remind me of the girl's mom because Alex's mom was she was a friend of the family of the like the grandmother. The grandmother knew that family because the grandmother been in the school system for years and other programs affiliated with the school like after school programs, summer youth programs, all that. But she ended up dating my ex at whatever point. But then she came out to be gay. She was a stud and whatever, whatever. They were sneaking around. When she got pregnant, she didn't want nobody to know he was the dad, but he told everybody, like, that's my child. But she wanted to live her life as a stud. And I guess she was, I guess she was conflicted with being a mom and being a stud and all that just happened in her life. She was young. She was about 17, 18 when that happened. So he already had his son because when his son was born, um, the mother left her. Like she gave birth and she disappeared, like on him. Like the baby there on his own, like and he didn't know what to do. He kept the baby, and when that girl, she had the baby for like a year, and she was I guess she was conflicted. He took the two kids. He was raising those two kids by himself, and they was only a week apart. So when I met him, I already knew this guy. I know I used to be good with kids, whatever, whatever. And even though I didn't first have my daughter like so much around him, but like I said, we were just so accustomed to each other. I wasn't trying to hide my daughter from him, like to be wary of him. It just happened naturally the way it did. And he was a single dad. I helped him with his son because the little girl she still had a relationship to her stepmother when she grew up. Like she used to go over there for the weekends to her mom and everything. So that made me think like, why Sarah can't do that? My Sarah can't go visit her mom no matter what her sexuality is. Because that little girl, my ex daughter, she still loves her mother, no matter what. She like, I want to know my mother. I respect who she is. She came out the same way. Like she wanted to be super stud of the year. That's what her mother was. But that little girl still went to go see her mother and spend time with her. And it just worked out. And they built that relationship, and it is what it is now. But so yeah, his story about being a single dad, and he was saying the mother's gay and all that. That I already knew there was. I witnessed that. What that looked like in a way. You could ask your question. You could ask your question. I kind of already understood probably the possible dynamic he was thinking. Oh, he said that too. I got to record it. He said he don't believe in a gay woman should be raising nobody should be around children. That's what this nigga said. Let me see what you said. The question. What about the superpower? The little girl lost her glasses and she can't see without the glasses, and because she's not seeing, he think it's a superpower. Excuse me. What about the superpower? What are you saying? He thinks it's a superpower, like her not seeing something. How to word it? Yeah, I'm trying to twist it around to see what do me. It's funny because I can understand why. I can understand why, because it's him. Anything involving him is so confusing. Like he just stupid. He say dumb shit. What about her losing her glasses? I don't know. I mean, clearly he got her another glasses because we saw her in the video with the glasses on. So from that situation where he was mad at chapter and them the glasses being what was it broken or left behind something. He eventually got another glasses because we saw in the video when they was in the video. She had glasses on when they went to the house when he said he was looking at a house. So I don't know what superpower he talking about. Like I don't know. He just made up some whole story about how he got a surgery as a baby. Someone's wrong with her eye. And he's probably only saying that because it came out that something was wrong with one of her eyes. But now he's trying to cover up, like, he's father of the year or something. Like, he did some miracle work when she was an infant. And, he's trying to make himself the father of the year, saying, I'm the one who told the nurse under her eye, and they ignored it. He said, oh, what's under her eye? And she had surgery, and now her eyes are super pop. She don't need no vision. She don't need nothing. Her vision is perfect. Like, shut up. Shut the hell up, nigga. Shut up. You don't even believe in health insurance. So how the fuck you talk about you advocated for some surgery for her as a baby? Shut the hell up. You don't even want to take parenting classes for your other kids to keep them out the system. Shut the hell up. I'm mad loud too. I feel like I'm mad loud at work. Like, cause that just he just get on my nerves. Like, shut up. You lying. Shut the hell up. You just say stupid shit all the time. Superpower my ass. Well, you should have superpowers and have a relationship with her mom. How about those superpowers? Because if she has superpowers, I'm sure she probably would have ran away from you a long time ago and try to at least figure out life for herself. Because she got the superpowers, you don't. Yeah, the one that was end up being adopted. That's how she that's how she lost that one. She because they didn't let the mother. The mother already had the first two children, and by the time she had a third one, I guess it was like she's kind of up in age to be dealing with all those children, and he tried to give her a chance, but he ain't do his part, and yeah, it's just so unfortunate. He really think this is about him. And you really destroyed the whole family, even your own children. Because he has no concept of what a healthy family looks like or should be. Yeah, next thing you know, he gonna be making stupid AI videos. That's why even when they put up the AI videos he was making, I don't care. First of all, we talking about a 50-year-old man. Do you see his work? You wouldn't think he's really like retarded? Because that's all that does give me is retarded vibes. Like all that look like the work of a helmet head of a short bus or window licker. That's all that over there reminds me of when I look at that stupidity he makes. From the music to the AI, it's like creativity is not for him at all because it's just not in him, the creativity. He just has the mindset like of I don't know, it's just so weird. He's goofy, but not like a funny goofy or interesting goofy. It's like I don't know, he's just different. He's real different and weird, and he's like maybe satanic goofy. I don't know. It's a grown man, y'all, and it's crazy because I date men in their 30s. They got nothing like him. They don't. He he. First of all, it don't even matter the age. I don't really know nobody like him. No matter the age. No matter the age. I don't know nobody like him. And it's so weird because I've worked in um the developmentally disabled community. I did all of those things. I've been around all of that, and it's more. It's all I could think of is he was really neglected as a child. Like his mother took no care into him at all, into raising him. Like he had to be neglected so bad because he doesn't have nothing figured out. Like, and all he know how to do is to get by and try to manipulate. Because he probably had to learn that to adapt to get what he needs to manipulate things, and that's all he can work with is manipulation. He has no real life skills, no skills. Period. Yeah, no life skills. And then like I heard him say something stupid. Like oh boy, whatever. He would say something stupid. All right, that's given. He said something like he swear he know about other countries and people from other countries because he's from Florida. But he said something. I don't know if he said something about my skin. Do I think I'm a Barbados woman because my skin? I don't know. I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. Like, sir, somebody like you or sis, somebody like him, because that's sis. That's not sir. He's a sis. He would not fit in on my island. Like, no way. Hey, Champagne. Yeah, I know you have a passport because that's why I made a video about him because he says that about uh I don't know. These dudes, because even Brown tried to say something about third world country. I don't know where they get that. This one talking about, oh, you got dirt roads, and this one talking about third world country. Like, are y'all stupid? Y'all really stupid to say such stupid things. You don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, and then he tried to tell me, oh, you can't be American Indian because I know real natives and this. Nigga, shut up. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing about no culture, no nothing. You wasn't raised up in nobody's culture to know anything. You've never been nowhere for real. You've been yeah, nah. Just don't speak on people's cultures or you don't know nothing. Remember, y'all, he wanted to marry VQ in Jamaica. He wanted to have a destination wedding. First of all, he's talking about weddings. I wonder if he ever had a wedding. I don't recall ever seeing him in wedding pictures. Yeah, all right, what I believe about the whole daughter thing, I know it's definitely not based on love. I believe, and if it's love, it's not a father's daughter's love. I believe he doesn't have control. He needs control over something and someone. And since that was the last thing he had control of, had access to have control of since, he lost all the other children and then whatever, I don't know, he had going on with his wife Charity. That's a whole different thing. But I think he really wanted to hold on to, I think that control over he had over the mother, and since he lost that control, that's why he wants control over the daughter. And it's not because it's his daughter, it's because it's her daughter. If that makes sense. It's because it's her daughter. He needs that control. And I don't even think it's about the benefits. I think it's about the control and what he can groom her into being. That's all I think it is. And I've been thinking that I'm telling y'all, once it came out that how he had his child looking, and then even worse that she wasn't going to school, all those red flags came to my mind already. Oh, okay. This is one of those cases. This is one because I don't know if you know. Like I've been. I don't know this stuff. I've been obsessed with since I was young. But my mother has worked sex crimes before I was born. Since before I was born, she's been half of the sex offenders. She was responsible for their supervision upon release from the jails in New York City in certain areas, especially Brooklyn and Queens. So sex crimes is my thing. And I always, and yeah, because when I was a child, my mom used to talk to us about, this and this and that, making sure nobody touch you or this happened, yeah. And those are the times we as children had more freedom. So, you know, we was outside all day. Our parents didn't see us until it was time to come home at night. You understand? So we had to know how to navigate and be safe. We're gonna be at this person's house, we're gonna be all around town, all around the city. We had to be taught these things and know these things. And that's another thing I feel sad for this generation that they really didn't grow up outside like we did. Like how to really explore and learn the world on your own accord just by being outside. Like to the point we used to build our bikes. We used to build our own bikes. Like my parents had no problem buying me bikes, but I used to do what all other kids do. You find a bike piece here, you find a wheel here, you find a frame. You build your own bike. You used to be around all over the city. You go to different neighborhoods. You beef with other kids in different neighborhoods. You go into their park. Go compete against them or whatever sport. Go have water fights in other neighborhoods. And just be explorers. And it's so funny because I remember not too long ago there was a post that said we grew up. We grew up our child was like growing up living in the wild. We spent all day outside, basically with no money, but we always found food and water. And I thought that was so funny. Yep, yep. Cause it start getting dark. You know, everybody gotta. You better start heading closer to home. Cause I remember some of my friends growing up, they families had like special calls when it's time to come. Once the streetlights come in, some people had a bell. Some people had a special whistle they had to listen out to. Those are the days. Hmm. And even for the kids like us who didn't, we didn't have to exactly be inside when streetlights came on, but we better be back in front of that on the block. We better be at least back on the block. Don't leave that block now. You couldn't leave that block. That was it. Once you're going for dinner, it's a wrap. Yeah, but I don't know. I just be thinking like, this dude. I know he doesn't have it in him to rationalize like when we offered him the money. I'm trying to teach my little grandson phone numbers. Yeah, phone numbers. I try to do that with my daughter too. My daughter does remember phone numbers now. She definitely does. But you know what's crazy? What I hate everything you need a damn account for. You need a password for this. You need a password for that. Oh my God. I'm about tired of passwords and then they tell you not to use the same password for everything, right? And even if you do try it, some type some things you sign up for, they gotta have a certain amount of letters and certain capital letter up, lower letter, number, a special character. I'm like, you know what? Y'all are getting on my nerves with these passwords. I ain't signed up for nothing else if I gotta make a damn special password again. Then you gotta worry about data leaks. Oh my God, I always get a warning about data leaks. I don't know. I heard about Amazon Prime. They just paid out billions for people. Some type of lawsuit happened with the government for some type of marketing. So they supposed to be paying out people who had Amazon Prime accounts. I know I had Amazon Prime before Amazon got real big. I think I've had Amazon Prime since my daughter is what 15, since before she was born. I had Amazon. I had Amazon for a long time. Yeah, yeah, same thing at my job too. And it's so annoying because I'm like, bro, I gotta come up with a new password all the time. Matter of fact, it's not even 6 months here no more. It's every 3 months. And it's so annoying. I think it's 3 or 4 months. 120 days. I think they changed it. It's either 90 days or 120 days now. It's annoying. It's annoying. I'm just over it. And it's to the point I know I'm so grateful I grew up before the internet was a big part of your life because even when it comes to books, right? In my reading, I try to do the online book thing and have Kindle and all those where you can have books online. It doesn't work for me. I need a physical for me to read a book all the way through and understand, actually read, not just read the words, but retain what I'm reading. I need a physical book. So I still buy books. I still spend a lot of money on books. I believe in having a library in my house. I grew up with a library in my house, and I'm always believe my house needs a library. I don't care where I live at. We need a library. Yep. Oh, you retired now, girl. I think if it's not, this will be my last year. I think this is my last year working in nursing for real. I'm done. I'm done. I just, it's really not for me. And I'm just done with, yeah, I want to do something different because this wasn't my dream job anyway. My dream job was to be a mortician. I want to be either a pharmacist or a mortician. Um, I had went to school for a little while. I got my, this is back in the days. I had a pharmacy tech certification. It was cool, but it wasn't really no money for me. And at the time, I was like, damn, I was kind of discouraged from going to get my I was going to enroll in Long Island University for the pharmacy program. Um, but I was worried that by the time it comes for me to get licensed, that my background would mess me up because I had a background, my criminal background. So I never took, and I just was like, nah, I ain't doing it. But I started working. I was getting good jobs too. I never had a minimum wage job in my life. So I started getting in construction. I was working construction a long time. Um, I went to a trade, I mean, not a vocational trade where they introduce us to different things at a basic level. And then whatever you take a liking to, you could join an apprenticeship in that field. After 7 years would be good. What you mean? Sorry, I missed it. What you mean? After 7 years, what? It would be good. Oh yeah, the record you mean? I think so. At the time, I didn't know that I was young, so I was like discouraged. So I was like, yeah, I was like 18, 19. Hi Vicky, it's alright. Cause I thought I was gonna log off a while ago, but Living came in here, so I kind of kept talking. But I found out that I'm not good at 9 to 5 anyway, cause I'm not a morning person. I've never been a morning person, so it was hard to try to like, get a job where I know I gotta get up in the morning, go clock in somewhere. But I got in the construction field, and I kind of liked it. I was working at UPS too. I was a truck loader, and I liked it, the physical work. I liked it because I always been a big girl, but I always been like I never been like big and like sloppy overweight. I always been big and like athletic, right? So when I got the physical jobs, it made me feel good. Like I'm like I get paid to work out. It was keeping me in shape, keep me going. Instead of me going to somebody's job and then I gotta worry about setting up a schedule to work out. That's how I was thinking. It just worked out for me. But I was an iron worker. I get an iron work, iron, and it was easy to find work as a woman in construction. Let me tell you why. Because one, I'm a minority. Two, I'm a minority two ways. I'm a woman and I'm a woman of color, American Indian, right? Whether you're black, American Indian, Hispanic, that's another minority, right? So I know that when I go apply to these construction unions and these or these job sites, that they get extra some type of extra accreditation for hiring minorities and women. So as long as I passed the test, I knew I was in. So that's why I was so good in construction work because I know wasn't what, especially in things like ironworking and stuff. I already knew I wasn't have to compete with so many other women to get the job. So it was like, okay, I'm in there. So yeah, that's what worked out for me. until I got in a car accident. I got in a bad car accident, and then I was trying to hide it from my job because I was busy fighting this insurance company. They didn't want to take claims for my injuries and everything, and my back was just killing me. And I had to quit because I told them like, yeah, I'm too young. I don't want to be trying to make money over my back. I still need my back for the rest of my life. And it wasn't a job. I couldn't get disability or a break because the insurance company was fighting me so much, trying to. And the crazy part is they paid to fix my car, but they didn't want to pay for the pay up for the injuries. So that was a long battle. And by the time I was dealing with that, I was supposed to work in the post office. But I told myself, I'm not doing no post office. I'm not walking around all day doing the mail. That ain't the type of work I was into. So I got an opportunity to go to nursing school for free, and I took it. And that's how I ended up a nurse. I was also doing classes as a to get my mortuary degree. But once I started working in funeral homes, and once I started seeing like the embalming process of children, I couldn't do it. That's one thing I can't take. Seeing little abused bodies and having to dress them up, make them look nice, and get them in a casket. That shit blew my mind. I'm like, I can't work with little kid bodies. Because I used to get angry. I used to be want to fight. Like, who did this shit? Because even as a nurse, I never worked pediatrics for that reason. I didn't like to see no child hurt. Like, that was the main issue. And I didn't like seeing, I used to always ask too, I didn't like the fact that there's children out there with cancer fighting all these chronic diseases. And I used to be like, why God let these kids be so sick? They ain't even get a chance at life. Like, yeah, these are questions that I was always having myself, like, why these kids can't grow up and at least have some sense of normalcy or something, or a chance or something. So I never liked it. I never liked it. I couldn't even, when it came to clinicals in nursing school, I spent one day in pediatrics, and I told my professor, I'm like, I can't do it. And they gave me a pass. That's how bad I cannot. I do not like seeing children hurt or sickly. I don't. So my dream was my dream, but that was one part I couldn't take. I just couldn't take the even seeing a little casket. Before I even seen the body, seeing a little casket come in, I'm like, oh boy, oh God. Then I see the little body, I'm like, oh hell no, oh man. And then you got cases with it, something horrific. They got ran over by a car, or even abuse or neglect, starvation. I couldn't take that. Hey, Pa, you have a good day too, Pa. Yeah, I couldn't take seeing those little abused bodies. That's what makes me pissed off when I see that, like the results of harm done. But it still even hurts. Like if it was an accident, or if they had a sickness and went out, that hurts. But the anger came in when I knew something bad happened to them, like drunk driver hit them, or they was abused, neglected, those type of things. That's what I didn't like. That used to make me angry. Oh shit, my headphones keep falling. Yeah, so I couldn't take it, y'all. I couldn't take it. And that was my dream job, and I never knew that something like that would just get in the way of that. Cause it's not like I could choose. I can't choose to be like adults only, cause that's not how it really work. You understand? You can't choose it. It's not like a hospital where you like, all right, I'm not working pediatrics or I'm not working oncology, where you're not gonna deal with kids in a certain specialty. Nope, it's not like that. He's it's about to be 4. I'm gonna take a nap because they're probably gonna start ringing his bell soon, about 5 or 6. You see, I've been live this long. You only heard the bell ring once. My nights be quiet here. I said we can't be there every day, just in the bushes. Well, appreciate you, Pie. Pie, my guy. And the little cutie pie in your picture. That's my guy. Now the numbers gonna come up when I'm about to get off. But yeah, it was just a late night chat, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, living my best. VQ Pie, Golden Rack, and whoever else I may have forgot. I'm going champagne. I'm gonna go take a nap before I get busy at work. Girl, I ain't gonna be able to oversee that. I would hear that bell, girl. When that bell start going off, ain't no sleeping. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good day. What's today? Saturday now or Sunday? It's Sunday. Yeah, I forgot. Child, I work so much. I'll be doing a day of the week. I just know I work, work, work. Go to work the next day. Go to work the next day. Go to work the next night. Damn, I might have to go food shopping because I ain't got shit home, and I just been working every day. All right, y'all. Y'all take care. Have a good day. Good morning. All right, Pod. Get to work safe. You have a good work day. Take care, y'all.